Hello, tubers and tubettes. This is David, and I live in Northern California. Well, I love California, but today I got a second registration form. Kind of wait till I get like two of them, and then I'll take them into AAA, and then we have a DMV over there. But wait, I can't do it because both of them have to be smogged. So the registration on my Infiniti was about $285, and the registration on my Ram truck was $320, which is bad enough. That's $600 to register two vehicles, and I have like 10 vehicles, but most of them, well, one of them is more expensive. Um, but then the smog, I can't take it to a regular smog shop. I got to take it to a Star smog shop. It makes sense on the truck because if the engine has been changed, then you have to take it to a Star smog shop. Obviously, more expensive. It's typically $65 each. So that's 130. So that's 730-ish for two vehicles. But it is for a whole year, and it is hopefully going to California's deficit because they've got like 13 billion or something. It's some ridiculous thing. I was listening to the guys up in Sacramento, and the city council up there for the Sacramento downtown area came up with a new idea of how to generate money. What they want to do is charge homeowners to park in the street in front of their house. A lot of the houses don't have parking. They were made a long time ago, so people have to park in the street. And there's already requirements where you sometimes have to go down there and move your car because it can only stay in one place for a certain time, designated areas. But now they want to go to residential homes and start charging $120 a year, which they always make it sound like, it's only $120, and that's how they grab you. And they, $10 a month, yeah, that's pretty cheap compared to other places. But the people are having an uproar, and I don't see how they're going to get around it because we do elect a lot of liberal politicians, and so their ideas are a little bit different. And I think that whether it was liberal or conservative, um, they just have a deficit. They have a city deficit. I don't know what that one is. I want to say, I could be wrong, but it's something like 130 million for the city of Sacramento, something like that. But nobody's telling us that they have a surplus in California. So hopefully my registration fee, some of it will go to that. I have a couple of people, friends of mine that I know, that they register their vehicles in South Dakota. I guess there's a one-time registration fee, and then it's like for life of the vehicle. Some other people, they registered in Oregon, and they pay a substantially less amount, by doing it in Oregon. And obviously Arizona and Nevada, you have to have somebody that has an address. But my understanding in South Dakota is you just have to have a mailbox, like a PO box. And yeah, maybe it's I don't know, maybe I'll do that in the future. I have a really good friend that has a motorhome, and he was telling me all about it. He knows has all the connections and everything else, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it because it's not that big of a deal to me. In that, I'm still working, so I can afford the registration, but I don't know. I just haven't gone through it. I just don't want. I have to understand it well enough so that if I get pulled over by a police officer, I can explain it to him what I'm doing, driving around in a car with South Dakota plates. And then I don't know how that would affect my car insurance because we have just on one of our policies, it's about $600 a month, and then it just recently went up to like $800 a month with our original insurer, which is where my wife works, and they raised it like another $200 a month, and my wife went ballistic. So she shopped around and then found a place that was $600 a month. And in a way, we're like, oh, thank God, we only have to pay $600 a month. This is what happens in California. You get brainwashed after a while. So it was a company that we wanted to go to because um, I'm able to go to the company because of my military. So I had always wanted to go to this company, but I'm not. I kind of feel bad for the other company because one of our friends, he owns the insurance thing. After we changed, then he said, "Oh man, Dave," he goes, "you should have. They needed to verify your mileage. If you would have verified the mileage, it wouldn't have gone up." And I go, it's too late. You send my wife a bill that says it's going to be over $800 a month, and she's changing. She's not playing around. So maybe in the future, you guys might want to, grab those odometer readings before they send out the bill. Because that's exactly what happened. And I don't know that it would have been the same, or it would have been slightly higher, he said, but the company that my wife works for, they're known for being expensive. I do like the idea that they have windshield replacement, and I have replaced a lot of my windshields because the roads here are terrible. We have all kinds of gravel and stuff on the road, constant construction going on. So even my windshield I have right now, which is relatively new, I can see 4 to 5 chips on it already. And it was nice with the other company. If I had a crack or even a chip, they would come out and replace it. So of course that costs money too. We tried to switch over our homeowners, but it was weird. They would not switch over our homeowners to this military insurance. And it had to do with a claim that we made. And we were told because the claim was because of torrential rain and it damaged our roof, um, they had to repair it. That's the reason they didn't want to transfer our homeowners over to this other company. So we still have the homeowners at the old company, so he should be happy. He still has some of our insurance there, and then the new company has our cars. And I have a lot of collector cars, and so on those I have them at Haggerty with liability insurance only. Some of them are expensive, but I just focus more time on keeping them secure, in terms of not being able to be stolen. I have a couple of them, like my Hummer. It has to sit outside, so it just can't go inside of the garage. So I have a cover on it. And luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems with it. But it's a gas engine. But just like I did with my Ram, I went ahead and got diesel only stickers, and I stuck it on my Hummer over the where you fill it up, and I stuck it on my truck, and I stuck it on my van. My van is diesel, but a lot of people that are stealing gasoline, they're going to take it out of a gasoline powered car. They're not going to steal out of a diesel truck. Plus, a lot of the guys that drive diesel trucks, they got guns and stuff. So I don't think a lot of people want to be stealing diesel out of a diesel truck. I know with my diesel stickers, I have to remember. Hopefully, I never forget, or I have somebody else trying to help me out by going to the gas station and filling up my gas tank. But I don't know how that would happen because nobody drives my cars except for me, and so that keeps that to a minimum. I was getting really big into diesel. I even wanted to put my hot rod. I wanted to put a diesel engine in that, but these diesel engines, they're expensive to be worked on, and they're very dependable. They're good, but they're expensive to buy, and they're expensive to work on. So like my truck is probably worth, I'm going to say like 8 or 9 thousand. It's a gas Hemi engine, and it has a 4x4. And I would love to have the same year they make it in a diesel. But that diesel truck in California would be $30,000. and I am not paying $30,000. And my truck looks really good. It runs really good. It's been a really great workhorse for me, and it's paid for, so I don't see myself doing it. I heard that I could go to, when I go to another state or something, or if I was living in another state or I had another residence there, that I could switch over my gas engine to a diesel engine. Not super easy, but it can be done. And then I'd have, you're talking more like $10,000 to do that. So then you'd want to change out the axles and the transmission because you need a different transmission. But man, I would much rather do that than to go down that road of buying a diesel truck. Um, I don't know. You never can tell. But as long as I live in California, that's how it's going to have to be. And the registration, you just have to deal with it. I just got done paying off 2 registrations that required no smog because they were pre-75. And I think one of them was 160 and maybe the other one was 180. I just paid that. And then as soon as I paid it, then I get another one in the mail. But I purposely make it so that my registrations come to me in the summertime when I'm making money, and that way I can afford to pay them. So anyway, just thought I would let you guys know what's going on in California. I might not want to move here right away, but you get used to it after a while, and it's just part of the pain in the butt. But love it. Like today, right now, it's 67 degrees, sunny, no humidity, beautiful day. Coming here to the office to pick up my check. Great, gonna get paid. So thanks for looking. Appreciate you guys finding me, and I look forward to talking to you again. Have a great day.